You think you know me.
Hey guys, back with another video. Today I am reviewing my Nawaz WWE textured 3D Big Gold. Now I did receive this about a few weeks ago, and I haven't had a chance to record this review because of I've been mostly focusing on the Over the Shoulder podcast, which you guys can check out every single Wednesday. But I finally have a chance to review this belt, so let's just get into it. Now first I'm going to start off with the plates. These plates are 4mm zinc, stacked, textured, standard definition. They are beautiful plates. As you can see, the side plates are curved, nice and thick. Try and show you guys there. There's a bit of a smudge there from the fingerprints. But yeah, you can see 4mm, very curved. You can see how much curve it has. Really beautiful side plate. You can see the grapplers there. That is a separate piece, stacked. Beautiful. There's the stone holders. Now these aren't Swarovski or cubic zirconium. They are the stock stones that Nawaz shipped me, and I could get it restoned, but I don't really care that much about these stones. Personally, I'd get belts that have a bunch of stones restoned, like my Universal or even my AEW someday. But a belt like this, which doesn't have too many stones, I don't really see myself restoning it. But yeah, stones are pretty good. You can see the red rubies, not actual rubies, but the red stones there. Beautiful. There's the stone holders. Try and focus there. You can see the rope border going all around the plate. Now it is etched in there. It's not a separate piece, and it doesn't go around the sides. The sides are smooth, which I believe is accurate to the actual belt. Well, I know the actual belt wasn't a separate border piece. It might have been, it was on the crumb rind, but on this belt, it might have been like maybe on the sides, but the sides are smooth, which I don't mind. You can see the texturing there is really nice. They are gold plated. I'm trying to focus there. There you go. Beautiful plates. You can see all the floral pattern. This is an SD belt, but since it has all the texturing, it's not a huge difference between the SD and the HD for this specific belt because of the texturing. There you can see all the floral pattern. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. Just a incredible side plate. Let me go to the other side plate before I get to the main plate. Now this is the same thing, just on the other side. You can see the detail. I haven't been able to see any issues with my belt. No plating issues, no texturing or etching issues, nothing at all. It has been perfect with the plates. Leather, I will talk a little bit about it later, but the plates are just incredible. I do love them. See the floral there. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Now getting to the main plate. This is a huge main plate. You can see my hand there. Massive main plate. And it is extremely curved. You can see how much curve it has. I can fit my whole hand under there. Doing the WWE fan talk show test. You know, shoving my whole hand under there. That's how curved it is. Ridiculous curve there. Amazing. Of course, 4mm zinc. SD. And textured all over. You can see the texture just looks absolutely wonderful. Now, the globe and the crown are not separate pieces. They are all one piece. The grapplers on each side are separate pieces of the relief piece. There you go. Beautiful. And the detail on the grapplers is just great. No Gumby grapplers on here. There's the crown. Very nice. Has the imitation stones which look okay. They're not too bad. I could get these replaced, but we'll see. Redstones do look pretty good though. I do like the redstones. I do have the Edge nameplate. Now one thing I wish he did do is paint the R's red. But I didn't specifically tell him to do that. I just sent him a picture of an Edge nameplate, and I think that was my mistake because I did send him an Edge nameplate which had the black, so we probably just copied that. But I'm sure if you ask him to, he can do the red R logos. I might paint it red one day. I'll see. But I kind of am digging the black. It's really cool. But it's either Edge nameplate. This is a separate piece, and it is removable. I'll show you that in a quick second. But just look at that detail. Look how it sparkles. Just a beautiful belt. Truly is an amazing belt. The plates are crazy. See the detail there, you can read World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. I do love this. This is one of my favorite versions of the Big Gold. I did talk about it a bit more with Rob on the Over the Shoulder podcast, which you guys can check out. And I do love this a lot. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how you can remove the nameplate. You can just get a flathead screwdriver, unscrew the screws. There they are. Pretty easy. And just take it off. You can see the texturing doesn't go all over the where the nameplate goes because it's supposed to be covered, which makes sense. One thing I did notice is he drilled 2 holes into it. Seems like it might have been a mistake, but it doesn't affect. You can't tell when the nameplate's on. So, yeah, not a huge issue, but you can see the nameplate is curved. I believe it is 2 millimeters thick, which is great. Same thing, gold plating doesn't cover the whole back, but I mean, it's the back, it doesn't really matter. But the edges are covered in gold plating, so you won't see the raw zinc, which looks pretty good. So yeah, there is the nameplate. Let's move on to the leather. Now, getting into the leather. It's not bad. It's not amazing. It's not like classic Shields leather or ORM or even nowhere near American leather, but it is not bad. It looks pretty good. It is stamped. It's not actually hand tooled, but you can ask for an upgraded leather. Nawaz does that, and they look pretty good. So that is an option. I went with the standard leather just to see, and as you can see, it is really soft, which is nice. It's not super stiff. Here's the female snaps, 2x5. The tooling there. Clamshell tooling going all the way around the plates. To the bottom, the top. See, I do love the leather cut, how it's thinner, goes around the plates. That is very similar to the original, so I do love that. There are the male snaps, 2x8. Now flipping it over, I did opt with a simple black backing. I thought about going with red croc, but specifically the 3D texture version did have the black backing, so I went with that. Pretty simple, smooth, black backing. You can see all the screws are covered. Lots of screws on the main port, which is good, and a center bolt, which is great. If your maker has a center bolt, you know that's a sign of a good maker, because this center bolt, it might not seem as important, but it does take a lot of the stress away from these bolts, especially on the leather. When you have the center bolt, it does make the belt last a bit longer, especially for leather. You can see all the snaps are covered, and just super soft. Maybe too soft, but I don't hate it. I think it's pretty good. I like the leather. I don't mind it. Will I get it re-leathered? Maybe one day. My go-to guy for re-leathering is usually Ryan Richards. Here in Canada, I did do a review of his leather previously on my AEW tags in my NXT championship. But yeah, I might get it re-leathered one day, but not now. The leather, it does have exposed, so it's not burnished, which is okay. For display purposes, it does stand up pretty decently. If it was a bit stiffer, it would stand up a little better, but it's not bad. It stands. It doesn't fall over like fan do's, so that's pretty good. That's leather. Right. And my overall experience with Nawaz, this is my first Nawaz belt. I was a little worried ordering because I have heard horror stories of Nawaz. I know he doesn't scam, but I've seen people have long wait times and a few issues. But my personal experience was wonderful. I have zero complaints. As for communication, it was a little hard to get a hold of him, but once I did, I ordered my belt and it took about 3 months, which I think is a respectable amount of time. I don't mind waiting 3 months. It's not that bad. He told me up front 3 to 4 months. It took about three and a half months, and super fast delivery. DHL, it arrived in like 5 days, which is pretty good. From Pakistan all the way here to Canada. Nice quick delivery. Plates, of course, I love them. Leather, not bad. It was $500 USD. So I think for the price, it is a really nice belt, especially considering other belt makers that sell similar belts, like even ORM, his is like 1,000, I think. Classic Shields, same, probably close to 1,200. So for $500, you're getting great plates, leather. Hell, if you want to get a really, really good belt, just buy the plates and then re-leather it yourself, and you have a amazing belt, probably cheaper than $1,000. So yeah, my experience is really good. Communication was pretty decent. I never asked him for updates. He always sent me pictures, progress pictures, without me asking. Every few weeks, typically every like 2 to 3 weeks, he sent me progress pictures of the raw zinc and the plate and the etching, polishing, gold plating, through every step, and the leather. He sent me the completed photos, and I paid the rest, remaining total. Now, initially, I paid $100 as a deposit, and then I can pay as I go. One thing he did was I've never seen before, and I recommend a lot of makers start doing this, especially Classic Shields. If you're charging more high-end price, typically over 400, 500, and you're offering payment plans, it is kind of hard to track how much you paid. I mean, you can check your records, but me, I always send money on PayPal. I'm always either entering raffles or buying other belts or whatever. So it's a little hard looking through my records. I usually just do like notes and write down how much I paid to keep track. What Nawaz did is he asked for my PayPal. He sent me an invoice, a total of $500. And then as it paid, the invoice kept track of how much I owed. And that was just super easy. Every time I opened my PayPal app, I didn't have to ask him for his PayPal or anything or tell him anything. All I did was open my PayPal, the invoice was there, I could pay however much I wanted, and it would keep track. So that was super easy. I really appreciate that. Just a little detail, but I really do appreciate that a lot. The custom nameplate was included, and yeah, I definitely recommend getting this from Nawaz. He has definitely won me over with this belt. I do plan on maybe getting a dual-plated winged eagle from him, his HD with the extra thick sidebars. I don't know, we'll have to see. They'll probably be down the road, but I am planning on ordering another belt from Nawaz for sure. He now I understand why people like him so much. He's a really good maker. I do really appreciate him. So if you guys are wondering if you should buy this belt, if you're willing to pay $500, I definitely do recommend it. It's a great belt. So yeah, that's my review of the Nawaz WWE textured big gold. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
You think you know me?